Welcome back, LEGO fans, and I hope you're ready for another build, because for today's release, we have what I think is the coolest release from the Ideas line since the release of the Treehouse with Medieval Blacksmith. Kit number 21325 at 2,164 pieces, and this is just a great little multi-story cottage with all kinds of fantastic details inside and out, which I am most definitely looking forward to getting a closer look at. So, without further ado, let's get this thing unboxed, get this thing built, so we can have a closer look at the Medieval Blacksmith. Medieval Blacksmith is now built, and an Ideas kit is now under my belt, and my impressions of the Ideas line and how it showcases the creativity of the LEGO community at large continues to impress me. Here we have a cute 3-story cottage, with the first floor being made of brick and stone, the top 2 floors being framed in wood with a stucco exterior, and a shingled roof, all of which is showing its age with a little bit of maintenance being needed. At the top of the roof, years of accumulation of fallen leaves have now turned to a mossy covering that's just starting to make its way down the shingles. A few shingles on one side of the roof are missing. The stucco has started to flake away in many locations, revealing the brick beneath. And in the stone steps, there's a little chip missing. At the back left corner of the house, we've got this awesome gnarly little apple tree with a little archery target attached to it. Along the left side, underneath the steps, we have a collection of firewood all set to go. And just beneath the tree, we've got the water well. And coming around to the front, we have the wooden door leading into the blacksmith shop, a little barrel with some swords in it, the anvil where you can work outdoors, and the forge, which, by pressing the little bellows located on the right side of the building, you can stoke the fire, getting it good and hot so the blacksmith can continue to forge that sword. Moving to the inner shop, here we can see the forge, which is just as accessible from the interior as it is from the exterior. Right next to that, we've got a pile of coal to fuel the fire, a grinding wheel for sharpening the weapons he makes, a crate full of raw material waiting to be transformed into weapons or armor. Up on the wall, we've got some recently forged pauldrons and a shield. And over on the other side of the room, we've got a helmet, pot, pan, a barrel full of some more materials. Hanging on the wall, we've got a broom for sweeping up the coal dust, a shovel for shoveling the coal, a hammer for forging his weapons, and in the center, another anvil. Making our way up the external stairs to the second floor, we see that little chip in the stairs I was talking about, and another identical wood door leading to the kitchen, where, off in the back left corner, we've got a little butter churner, which is sitting right next to the wood-burning stove, and off on the right-hand side, we've got a cutting board, where a carrot's got a little slice cut off it, little pan and knife hanging on the wall, and just between that and the stove, we've got this little pot on a swing arm, already loaded with some ingredients, and all set to be swung right over the fire. And flipping it around to the other side of the kitchen, we have our dining table, with a pair of chairs with some nice quilted cushions, and off in the backhand corner, beneath the stairs, we have our keg, presumably filled with plenty of delicious homebrew. And making our way up the final set of stairs to the third floor, we come to the bedroom, where, right in the center, we've got a bearskin rug laying on the floor. In the back left corner, we've got another fireplace. Along the back wall, there's a trunk, which within has a backpack and a compass. Off on the far right side, we've got a beautiful carved wooden bed with a lovely patchwork quilt. And on the far left, we've got a little writing desk with a piece of paper, inkwell and quill, a little stool to sit on, and an oil lamp right next to it, to allow for a little creative writing any time of day or night. And now to our minifigures, where we have our big burly bearded blacksmith, his wife with her archery set, their little husky, a pair of knights, both having full helmets and shields, but the guy having a single pauldron and a sword, while the woman has a double set of pauldrons and this longer weapon which I can't identify. And their horse, who can be outfitted with all the gear necessary to pull this little wagon, having seating for two, a cargo zone to hold all their weapons and armor, and a little lamp on one side to illuminate the path even in the dead of night. Put all these features together and we end up with one fantastic kit, one that's just as well suited for play as it is for display. Setting up scenes, creating stories, acting them out, whether you're playing with it and interacting in real time, setting up a scene so others can discover the stories you've laid out, or expanding on this medieval world to create a whole new environment. There are loads of opportunity for both play and display. And when it comes to parts to reuse, there's a nice healthy assortment of desirable LEGO elements. But most of all, being the first set to return to medieval times in decades, I think, we have the return of many classic LEGO elements, mainly in the knights. Their armor, shields, helmets, these are all elements that haven't existed for a long time, and people are definitely going to be looking forward to having them back in their collection. The only real disappointment was that the creator of the set really wanted to have the goat, a LEGO animal that's been sought after by collectors for years. But unfortunately, it didn't make into this kit because, according to reports, LEGO has apparently lost the mold. While it would have been fantastic to have in here, I do not feel let down because this set is truly fantastic. The details throughout, both interior and exterior, with almost every surface having some element that adds to the story, all come together to make a kit which I am just in love with. Not since the LEGO Treehouse have I been so enamored with an idea set. And I think they work really well together, so personally, I'm planning on merging them. So if you find that this set speaks to you on some level, I highly recommend you get it, because whether you want it for play, display, expansion, or just for the components, I'm certain you will not be disappointed.